YouTube channel. I pay $53,000 to completely transform my body. That's right, folks. Melbourne woman Gabby Wilson weighed 114 kilos and wanted to make a change, but that change had led her to a dark path. So, Melbourne woman Gabby Wilson had struggled with her weight for most of her life. But always being big, the 26-year-old says, I had a lot of injuries and surgeries, which required a decent amount of downtime during my childhood. This resulted in a lot of weight gain. I reached 114 kilos and once hit about 23 years old, I was struggling to exercise due to a major knee injury and surgery. I was on the waiting list. Gabby sat down with her dad and asked him for help. We discussed all the options available and I began to do a lot of research into weight loss surgery, she said. I had a consultation with a surgeon and we spoke about cell surgery. Cell gastroenterostomy or gastric cell surgery is commonly known as an operation whereby a large percentage of the patient's stomach is removed, leaving a shelf-like pouch which can only hold small amounts of food at a time. In the process, many of the hormones responsible for creating hunger were also removed, changing important metabolic factors. I was so impressed with my surgeon, I booked the surgery that day. In 2018, Gabby underwent the procedure, which, without private health insurance, cost $22,000. My dad paid for the surgery out of his savings, which I was incredibly grateful, Gabby said. All along, my family had been so supportive. Once the surgery was completed, Gabby adjusted to reintroducing food oil again. The weight began to fall off, and she was thrilled with the results. I've reached my goal of 70 kilos in just 7 months, she said. But having lost a substantial amount of weight in a relatively short period of time, Gabby was left with another problem: lose skin around her thighs, abdomen, and it was so painful it affected her self-esteem. Okay, yeah. Gabby was left with sagging skin, and she decided to have further surgery to remove it. Hate those loose skin, as I was still so young and just didn't feel comfortable in my body, she said. My thigh would fold and rub on itself. When I exercised, it was very painful. Again, Gary and her dad sat down, and with her parents' support, she decided to look into loose skin removal. I found a surgeon I like and ended up having extended tummy tuck, medial thigh lift, and breast implants done all at once. Basically, they remove the excess skin from the stomach and thighs and pull the remaining skin up tight to create a thorn look. At $53,000, the surgery did not come cheap, but Gabby couldn't be happier with the results. There is a tiny thin scar, but it's underneath my underwear and barely noticeable, she said. Well, okay, this is just basically the before and after photos. Yep, this is now she looks like now. So yeah, she has like roughly 1,893 followers. Well, she couldn't be happier. So the president of Australian Society of Anaesthetic Plastic Surgeons, Rob Sheen, said the demand for loose skin removal has skyrocketed in recent years. Because of the increasing popularity of weight loss surgery procedures, the amount of people left with significant excess skin after weight loss it has also increased, he said. People often left with hygiene problems, fungal infection, and things in the most skin folds, so that are really disabling for people. Loose skin can really impair mobility and make clothing very difficult if there's a substantial amount. For that reason, during these kinds of surgery, we call them body contouring procedures. It is very satisfying because patients come away very, very happy with the result. It's life changing for them. Okay, well, it looks like it's life changing for her. After her surgery, the recovery was a lot more intense than Gary expected. I spent 6 to 8 weeks in a full body garment, not being allowed to fully shower as I couldn't get my incursion wet, she said. I also hunched over 3.5 weeks as my tummy tuck was pulled super tight to give me the tone look I was after. While Gabby recovered well physically from the changes her body had been through, mentally it was a much tougher slog. Because of the increased focus on food and restriction, I have developed an eating disorder, she admits. By February 2020, I was 56 kilos at my lowest weight, she said. I looked incredibly sick, my bones showing, bruising, hair falling out. I started weighing myself several times a day. I would exercise twice a day for an hour each time, and even counted the calories in my vitamins. I knew I was hitting rock bottom when I started doing that. With the help of her parents, her GP Gabby has spent the past 18 months improving her relationship with food and constantly gaining weight to reach a healthier balance. Something can be a struggle for people who have undergone weight loss surgery, but something she's deeply committed to. Oh well, okay. So part of the journey has been embarking on the study in the sports nutrition field. Now I realize how much food is required for the body to function and to feel human. Ultimately, Gary believes the support, both financial and emotional, she received from her parents has been the catalyst for her new life. I'm so grateful for that ongoing family support, she said. It has been a lot to overcome and come to terms with, but ultimately it's been one of the best and most challenging journeys I have been to. Anyway, folks, what do you reckon of her body transformation journey? I mean, is it really as substantially worth it? Let your thoughts know in the comment section. If you like my content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Hope you have a good day.